What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Belle Collective. Listen, my DVR never gets it right. It says season 4, episode 6. I don't know if that's what we are or not. But with that being said, this episode starts where we left off last week with Glenn and Leticia arguing down to the bar. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When these scenes with Glenn and Leticia, they just don't do nothing for me. And I'm gonna tell you why. For a couple of reasons. Leticia does all this extra yelling, screaming, hollering, you know, back and forth with Glenn, knowing good and damn well that she gonna take Glenn back and that they're gonna be right back where they started. So for me, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at you act a fool and do all these theatrics. You in the parking lot, you walk up on him, you slamming your hand on the hood of his car, you getting in his face, you putting your finger all in his face, talking about you just ain't ready for a strong woman, you ain't ready for an independent woman, you ain't ready for the kind of woman I am, you ain't ready, you ain't ready, you ain't ready. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really just sitting here like, girl, but next week y'all gonna be walking arm in arm somewhere. And damn it, if we didn't see a scene, almost the very next scene where they go down to the bowling alley and basically they in love again. They're, you know, their undying love for each other and they want to make it work and they can't imagine their life without each other. And child, I don't care no more. I just don't. And here's the thing. I said 2 seasons ago, she ain't leaving them. She ain't going nowhere. And she's not. She's not. She ain't leaving them and she ain't going nowhere. So anyway, then we see JJ and Akeisha's husband, y'all know that man. They go out golfing. Listen, JJ do a lot, and that whole gosh darn, it irritates me. But he is good TV, and he is funny. And so they get to playing golf, and they basically are like, look, Akeisha's husband just came right out and was like, yeah, Cliff ain't a good friend. And JJ was like, I've been trying to tell you that. Like, I know he's not a good friend. Glenn don't know he's not a good friend. So they proceeded to talk about how how Cliff is really setting Glenn up, and how Glenn is getting caught up in, you know, Cliff and what he does in his marriage, and how him and Latrice's marriage is versus him and Leticia's marriage. So then they decided they're going to have a party so that all the people can get together. They're going to have a cookout, a 70s cookout, where all the ladies can get together and they can kind of work this thing out. Because for real, you know, they feel like they can all get along. Except for Latrice and Cliff. Latrice and Cliff can't come. But Leticia, Glenn, everybody else got invited, right? Excuse me. And then they got to talking about their ribs on the grill. And of course, Akeisha's husband talking about something. Nah, my ribs are the best. My ribs are the best. JJ was like, nah, bruh. Like, you might have whooped me over here in golf, but I promise you don't want no parts of my ribs. He was like, you ain't even from the South. You don't know what it is. Like, you from the Bronx. What you know about making ribs? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I know this is going to be a very stereotypical type statement that I'm getting ready to make. But that's how I feel, too. I'm like, I don't know if you want to, Willie, that's it, Willie, I don't know if you want to cook off with JJ. I feel like JJ can throw down on the grill. Like, I feel like that is where he lives, okay? I don't know if that's the smoke you want. But it's all a good, lighthearted fun, you know. So then we go down to Latrice's shop. Tambra comes through to buy herself some hair, child. And we find out that Tambra is hosting an event for top business owners in Jackson. Now, Latrice gets invited, but the rest of the ladies don't get invited. And Tambra was like, well, basically, one, their businesses are not in the city of Jackson. This is for people who, you know, female entrepreneurs in the city of Jackson. 2, yeah, why would I want them there? Like, why would I invite them to an event that I'm hosting, that there's something that's supposed to be positive for me? Why do I want them around? Like, I don't want that kind of drama. I don't want that in my life. So then we find out that Tambra is having some sort of an event, which is really her secret baby shower, but it's some sort of an event. And of course, she's not inviting Marie. She's not inviting Leticia. She's only inviting Akeisha, I think Gucci, maybe not. I don't know. And of course, Latrice. Then they got to talking about the whole situation with Marie and Leticia going behind her back, talking to her ex-boyfriend. Now, let me say this. Marie done went live 45 times this last weekend after this episode came out, because y'all know I'm late with my review. And she done talked about production, because Tambra made a comment about Marie begged production to include it. And Marie was like, I ain't begged production to do nothing. I did what I'm supposed to do. I did what I'm supposed to do. I ain't begged production to do nothing. But Tambra walking around here not telling us her business. And, basically, and here's the thing, Marie, the more you talk, you told on yourself. Because the more you talk, there maybe begged and cried to production wasn't the right words, but it sounds like what Tambra said happened is exactly what happened. You feel like Tambra isn't being authentic. You feel like Tambra isn't telling her story. You feel like Tambra is getting away with not sharing everything while you out here working and giving all your business. And from that perspective, I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying, Marie. Because number one, Marie, whether you like Marie or you don't like Marie, Marie has absolutely, in my opinion, given us all of it. We know about her mama. We saw it in the first season, her son getting violent with her. She shared with us when her granddaughter's mother was unalived. She shared with us about her ex-husband, even though we still don't understand that whole story. But she shared with us the fact that she was having problems in her marriage and how that whole thing played out. Now, the whole thing with her and Essie, not my business, but, whatever. So she has shared a lot. Has Marie given us everything 120%? No, I don't think anybody ever does, and I'm okay with that. But on the flip side, has Tambra given us everything? No, and what Tambra has given us, a lot of us, myself included, question whether it was truthful information, right? And I think that is more what Marie was getting at than the fact that Tambra didn't share anything, because Tambra shared stuff. I just think that most of the viewers question whether the stuff she shared was real. So Marie alluded to the fact that Tambra tried to get this guy to lie for a storyline. Now, to hear Tambra tell the story, this is an ex-boyfriend from years ago. He did stalk her. There was a legal case. To hear him tell the story, him and Tambra were dating right before the show was filming, and she wanted him to basically fake a relationship. So Marie met with him. Marie and Leticia met with him. And she said that the cameras were there. This was for the show. It wasn't no secret behind the back kind of thing. She said that she doesn't believe Tambra. She believes the guy. And she said that if Tambra is telling the truth, then why wouldn't Tambra tell them that she has a stalker? Now, to hear Tambra tell the story, it was years ago, so it wasn't relevant to what we got going on right now, because this happened years ago. So, I mean, I'm kind of crossing over the lines with what happened on the episode, but it really is just going to come down to who you believe. Either you're going to believe Tamra's story or you're going to believe Marie's story. And I think that the truth is somewhere in the middle. Do I think this is a recent relationship? I don't. I do think this is a guy that Tambra dated in the past. I don't think it's necessarily recent. Do I think that the guy stalked her and that there was some legal paperwork? I do. But I think that maybe there was legal paperwork on both sides, because it sounds like he produced some legal paperwork for Marie. And I know that there was a legal case, because I know people who live down there, and it was an actual situation where Tambra had to go to court and stuff. So I don't really know, to be perfectly honest with you. But do I think that Marie was trying to force Tambra into telling more of her business and tried to create a storyline around Tambra and this boyfriend? I do. So then we see, so I don't get y'all, I don't went off so far ahead, but anyway, we see Marie going down to the dance academy with her daughter, and it looks like they're doing like a mother-daughter kind of situation. And so she's talking about how important it is for her to be there to show up for her daughter, because she didn't have anybody there for her when she was dancing. She said her father was there, but her mother wasn't there for her. And her mother, her father couldn't do this. He could, he couldn't participate in the same capacity. But then here come her mama. Come to find out, her daughter that invited the grandmama to come down there to see her dancing or whatever. And baby, let me tell you something. Marie's mother really needs help. So I'm not going to make light of her addiction, of her. She said she also has mental health issues. So I'm not going to make light of any of that. However, she funny. But she funny in a crackhead is funny kind of way. So I don't want to make fun of it, because I probably shouldn't laugh. But she funny. But anyway, Marie was just saying how she was glad she was there and how it was important, and she's glad that her daughter is building a relationship with her grandmother, and that, you know, she wasn't there for her, but she's glad she's there for her mom. Marie, girl, I know that's what you want. But number one, that bell can't be unrung. Your mother cannot come back and be the mother she wasn't for you then. There's nothing she can do about that. There's nothing. Your mother could get clean tomorrow, and she can't undo what she did to you all them years. She can't. She cannot unring that bell. And it's clear that she's not in that space, even if you wanted her to. She's not in the space to give you that. I would protect your daughter. And this is real talk. I would protect your daughter because she's sick. She's sick. And people with addictions make bad decisions. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. So we get to the 70s party. And everybody looked cute except for Marie. Marie showed up. The best Marie did was some high-waisted jeans. I don't even know if they was bell bottoms. But everybody else looked real cute. Glenn and JJ had on the exact same outfit. Now, I think that the ladies set it up, even though they said they didn't. But Glenn and JJ are not even close to being the same size. How they end up with the same pants and the same shirt? But it was cute. And I almost wish that they had said they set it up, because it would have been funny that they had set the two of them up to be dressed in the same 70s outfit. Everybody had on afro wigs, you know, all that good stuff. So the ladies decided they want to try to see if Tambra and Marie can make up. They could clear the air, and they could be in a better place. Leticia want Marie to apologize. Marie was like, apologize for what? I'm not apologizing for nothing. I didn't do anything to her. Leticia was like, but I think that, you know, we owe Tambra an apology. And Marie was like, we don't owe, we nothing. I don't owe her anything. I didn't do anything to her, and I'm not apologizing. And she was like, here we go again with Leticia always trying to get me to apologize to somebody, always trying to get me to, you know, be the bigger person. And I didn't do anything to these people. I'm not apologizing to Tambra. So they get to arguing, and Tambra actually shows up. Now, Tambra ain't in costume either, but I think she ain't in costume because she probably wasn't planning on coming, and production probably called her at the last minute and was like, girl, we really need you to show up for this scene. And two, because her pregnancy is probably further along, and anything she put on other than a big ass bulky sweatshirt was probably going to show her belly, and she wasn't ready to show her belly. I don't know. Child Willie walked in there with them store-bought ribs, and I'm gonna let that go. I stand on it. Those were some store-bought ribs. Even your own wife know you bought them ribs from the store, because she wouldn't say that you bought them. She just said you brought them, B-R-O-U-G-H-T, not bought, B-O-U-G-H-T. But girl, he bought them ribs from the Publix down the street. Okay, them ribs didn't come off of nobody's grill. Now y'all's. But that's okay. It was cute. It was cute. It was cute. Willie realized that he really ain't want that fight with JJ. It was cute. So Tambra comes walking around the corner, and Tambra is like, look, I don't really want nothing from Marie. I don't want an apology. I don't want to be her friend. I don't want us to work things out. I'm good on all of that. I don't need the stress in my life. And of course, she's not ready to tell the ladies that she's pregnant, so she can't really explain why she don't want the stress. But she's like, I don't really need that stress in my life right now. I don't even want that stress in my life right now. So with that being said, I'm just not here for it. And Tambra was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So they got to arguing, but Tambra actually ended up just walking out, because she was like, I'm already dealing with a high risk pregnancy. Like, I don't need to add any more risk to my pregnancy, especially on this book. Like, I don't need that in my life right now. So I'm going to exit stage left. Y'all have a nice day. So, of course, everybody is sitting there like, well, what happened? Why she leave? What's going on? Except for Akeisha, who probably understands why she disengaged from the whole argument. But I done already gave y'all my spiel on what I think, what they was arguing about, and what I think it is, and who I believe. So they don't need rehashing all that. I just kind of got ahead of myself. But that was the episode. That was the review. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.